everyone. We're continuing our walkthrough now of SpongeBob Squarepants Battle for Bikini Bottom 15-minute version. This is part 34 of our SpongeBob Squarepants Battle for Bikini Bottom 15-minute version walkthrough. And the reason why I'm laughing is because, for two reasons. One, do you see the number of spatulas we have, the part we're in, and the number of socks? You could tell starting wise from the spatula number, it's a sequence of 9. Do you or actually for 3 reasons, because you could tell for the number of socks in this place, and this is part B to this reason, so there really is 2, but there's 2 parts to part 1 for reason 1. Because for the first part, like part A is, do you see the spatula number and the number part we're in the walkthrough and the number of socks we have? And part B answers the reason, because you could tell sock-wise for this place, it's a sequence of that number starting from the spatula number. So you could tell that means it's a sequence of 9, because you could tell there are 9 socks in this place, starting from 25 to 43. Can you visualize that? And then the second reason is because, you know how I just told you that, you know how you could see we have 43 socks? Our part number is the switch around of that number. So you could just think the number of socks we have beginning wise in this video switched around. The number switched around. So yeah, I'll explain what we did in the last video now. Okay, so in the last video we continued on with Rock Bottom, and we started playing as Sandy in Rock Bottom, and we started playing as Sandy in Rock Bottom, and I think that's pretty much it. So, because I don't think very much happened in that Rock Bottom video either. So, oh, and we also roped back with Sandy to open this spatula. You could tell we're about to be doing in just any second. So we'll continue now, and you could tell we're standing on the button in order to push it to do the slide. And when we touch this button, you'll see there's a timer of 40 seconds, and the spatula will stay available for that long. Does that make sense? Like, once the timer has finished, then the spatula will disappear. So you'll have to go in the teleport box, which in this case the top one's right here, to do it again. So now, because we didn't go down the slide in time, if we wait too long, you could, and I just realized this, if you wait too long, the button goes off, and it's never happened to me like that before, because I started the challenge when we got on, or once the button is pushed. Gosh, this TV is hard to hit. Maybe if I go for the bottom one, the left one. Whoa, the timer actually came back on. I'm pretty surprised by that. So you see, there is a timer of 40 seconds. And so you have to go down the slide in that long, and the spatula will stay available to you for that long. So you saw, before when I was explaining to you about the button time, you could tell when we bolt the tikis at the beginning at the slide, you could tell we were at exactly 9,900 shiny objects. And you could tell when we got the spatula before we got the spatula, before we also destroyed the tiki, we were at exactly 10,000 shiny objects, which is a quarter of the cost of what we need to pay for something later on in this video. So now you can tell I got a blue shiny object, and now I'll face a Chuck and a Tartar. See, along with it getting killed, it got me. Now see, you can tell we're in the 5 figures again of shiny objects. So now my goal for this place, shiny object wise, is to be at the number that the clam we need to feed here is before we get to it, because I still want us to be in the 5 figures before paying, because it took us a little while to get to it figure wise when we did it, collecting shiny object wise. Or should I say collecting shiny objects wise? See, there's a Tartar, so I'm trying to avoid it. See, the Tartar died. It's actually funny. So now you can tell there's a green shiny object, and now a pair of underwear, because we almost died. And now, after we go up here, there's a value of 20 shiny objects in blues and one of the socks. And you can tell, oh, and I forgot to tell you, when we collected the spatula, we were, let me think, we were 13/50 done with the game. And sock-wise, when we just collected this one, we are, let me think. We are, sock-wise, when we just collected this one, we are 11/25, or no, actually, we're, hang on, I'm thinking. We're 11/20 done sock-wise. Hang on, let me check my math. So that would be 22/40. Yep, 11/20 done with the game sock-wise. I'm right. So now we need to die, or if we could stay alive, which we can't, so we have to die in order to get back to this place. And now you can tell at the end, there are shiny objects we're collecting. And now we'll open the teleport box and now go into it and then talk with Mr. Krabs.
Nice job, SpongeBob. That was some fancy sliding.
Thanks. I guess all that paint wax I bought is finally paid off.
Okay, so now we'll change into Sandy and then go down the slide as her. Because on one of them, on one of the 2 platforms you saw that are to the left and to the right of the slide, like 3/4 down, there's a sock over there too, besides the platform we went on with SpongeBob, which originally you would do with Sandy. Because there was a sock over there too. See, it's not here. It's like the platforms. See right here. See, the sock is right here. Do you see the fireworks? See, because there are 2 socks nearby each other. There's one on that platform you saw before where I was standing, and then there was the one where I was standing where you saw the fireworks. Because remember that value of 20 shiny objects and blues we collected on when we were standing on the blue? That was not the slide. Like, if I can do this. Do you see this, this blue thing, these blue platforms here where my fingers are? This is the blue thing I'm talking about that's not the slide. And there was a value of 20 shiny objects and a sock on that one that we got with SpongeBob a little earlier on in this video. But originally you would get it with Sandy because she's the better person to get over to that station. And then right down below where you saw I was standing on, just a little bit after that, like right before, like just probably about, say, around a minute ago, or say probably a minute 15, there was a sock there too. So when we collected this sock, we're now well, it's kind of funny because do you see the number of artworks we have and the number in this place and the number of socks we have and how many are in this place? You could tell fraction-wise they both reduce to a third. Do you see that? But just so you know, sock-wise, we're, hang on, I'm thinking. We're 9/16ths done with the game, sock-wise. So now, because that happened a little earlier, now you saw the spatula I just got? This is going to be one of our requirements. Since we got this is one of our requirements for us to open the next place, which is Sand Mountain, which we need 30. So proving wise to you here, we can only get 5. So this is one of them. So now I'll go to swing along spatula, teleportation wise, because there's because it's a little quicker to get to, and also there it gets me. It's another good one I think we should do requirement wise. So now you can tell I'm getting a few shiny objects. And now we'll get on this rotating Texas hook we hit as when we touch the button as SpongeBob. So now value-wise over here, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. There's 17 shiny objects in reds, and also the 50 for this place, which is right here, and the spatula right above it. So now you could tell we're getting that one. And now once we get this green that's right below, and get this, and go to the trampoline that you saw appeared, once we went back to swinging Sandy teleportation wise, we're going to stop the part here. So I can't explain what we did in this video because we're out of time. So yeah, that'll end part 35, I believe. And I'll see you guys in part 36.